ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? I always ask that of all my prey. I just like the sound of it.
How about it, you creep, you lunatic?
What is the deal, Raider Nation? Top of the AM. Happy Monday. Happy Madden Monday. It's nothing to be happy after the game yesterday, but hey, we're here. We're here. So anyway, we're going to talk about the shit. And there's going to be a lot of times I've been talking about this shit, but man, this was a total letdown, a total team collapse. It's nothing else to way to describe it, man. You can't even dress this motherfucker up to even. I mean, there's some positives, always positives in something, but shit, not when the negatives outweigh the positive. So we're gonna talk about the shit though. Let me let people go ahead and marinate. Let the shit marinate for a minute, man. And everybody pull up. Just send out this link. And hey, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I'm gonna get to you in just one moment, but people are still coming in. Yes, I see numbers going up. So we're just gonna wait a bit. But I know this loss left a bad taste in a lot of the nation's mouth, man, and definitely one of them. Fuck. Ain't really too much to say about this one, but shit, chalk it up and better do better. Not try better, do better. Fuck trying. You know what I mean? Do better. We nation, hey, Raider Nation don't deserve that shit. Nah, not as much money as we pour into the organization to support this team. Buying, like I said, I'm gonna keep saying that shit. Buying the jerseys, buying the tickets, concessions. That shit ain't cheap. That shit ain't cheap at all. And you know, a lot of people work 9 to 5s and willing to give their part of their paycheck to go get tickets and jerseys and hats, tattoos and whatnot. and this is the motherfucking respect we get. We started this Raider Nation shit. Man, I'm trying to make light of a fucked up ass situation, man. But man, I hope this team feel the same way. I was reading this morning that Carr had a long talk with Renfrow in the locker room. I know he's not gonna say anything discouraging, which you don't. You don't. When you have a player that has a bad game like that, you don't just shit on him. You don't just shit on him. You coach him, not coach him up, but you talk him up. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure they did the same thing with Carr the first week when he had a shitty game. I'm pretty sure they say, hey, look, just relax. Don't force it. Get out there and play a game. That's what he did this week. But the thing that I'm most disappointed at is the fact that we did not keep our foot on the gas. And I said this shit. This is the crazy shit, because when I did the pregame show of Game Day Morning with the Nation, I specifically said that go out there and get a blowout. Fuck it, why not? We deserve it. Raider Nation deserves it. Establish the run game. They did it. It was working. Everything I said that this team needs to do to win, they went out there and they was doing. Carr, don't force it. Get your big players, get your players the ball. Let them make the big play. First half, everything was working. I said, see, this is what the fuck I was saying. Establish the run, take care of the ball, stop trying to force unnecessary excitement. You can call that from the quarterback position. You don't have to beat them one to thread fucking needles. You know what I mean? Every fucking pass. Just get the players the ball and let them make the big play. Everything was going to plan first half though. And we know a game is 4 quarters. Yeah, the first 2 quarters, beautiful. Going into halftime, 20-0. I'm like, okay. Yeah, I might get that blowout after all. You know what I mean? I was like, shit, when was the last time we had one? Man, and here comes the second half. You talking about fuck. The night and day. First half, second half, night and day. We had day in the first half, and then it just turned to fucking pitch black night. You know what I mean? With howling and wind blowing, and what the fuck happened? And we're all trying to figure it out. I was on Dirty Raiders channel last night. We was talking about it. and I decided to continue the conversation. So I went wee hours of the morning, like 12:15, and didn't get out off of that motherfucker till about 2 or 3 or some shit. But yeah. So now I'm catching everybody that's getting up this morning, getting ready to go to work, go to school, whatever it is you're gonna go do when you leave out that front door. Now I got you, and we're gonna talk about this shit. Shout out to the chat. Let me go ahead and get into this. Shout out to the chat, man. My extended Raider family, man. It's always a pleasure to have you guys here. My guy Raider Ben is rocking with me once again. Yes, Raider Ben is the biggest blown lead by the Raiders in their entire fucking history. And that's not a good thing. You don't want them kind of fucking records. You know what I mean? Hey, shout out to NorCal Raider Jesse, my guy. Salute to you. Hey, thank you for the kind words, man. You know what I mean? I got to keep this shit going. You know what I mean? I got to be a man of my word. When I say I'm going to do a show, sometimes I ain't going to lie, I be tired as fuck. But not now. I'm not tired now because I did get a couple hours sleep, but I'm going to go to sleep after this. I try to stay on my regular work hours. So I go to work tonight, overnight, and don't get off till 5 tomorrow morning. So I try to stay on my work pattern so my body don't be doing all this, oh, he's up. He's asleep now. He's up. I try to stay regular. So that's why this is nothing right now. But I did grab a couple of hours between when I got off early this morning and got back on now. So it's solid. I'm just, like I said, I'm just gonna go back to bed and get up my regular time when I do work. So I'm solid though. But yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Let's see who else we got in here. We got Graham Cam. Hey, this shit ain't healthy, man. If you talking about the way we losing, hell no, that shit ain't healthy. Cause man, your emotions are doing this shit. The roller coaster all motherfucking day. Shout out to Navy Vet 44, man. Hey, salute to you. Thank you for pulling up, man. It's a pleasure to always have you guys here, man. I cannot ask for anything more. Joel E, man. Yeah, fuck the Cardinals. They didn't beat us. Hey, these last 2 weeks, none of them motherfucking teams beat us. Let's keep it 100. I ain't trying to be somebody trying to get a positive. We did this shit to ourselves. Plain and simple. We did this shit ourselves. Carr went out there week 1. He gave the ball away. The line didn't really do no good protection. He got sacked 5 times. Then there was some fumbles. Hey, we did that shit. This week against the Carr, we had a lead 20-0 and let that motherfucker get away and didn't do shit in the second half. You went out and changed your game plan, whatever the fuck it was. I don't know. Shit like that happened. I've witnessed it with sports teams that I follow. I'm going to tell you what that shit kind of remind me of. It remind me of the 2000 Western Conference Finals, Los Angeles Lakers versus the Portland Trail Blazers. Blazers going into the fourth quarter with a 14-point lead. And then out of nowhere, Steve Smith and the rest of the Blazers could not knock down a shot in the fourth quarter, but was knocking everything down in the first 3. That's what that shit remind me of. And I'm a Blazer fan, so that's why I look at this shit. Look at this shit. Raiders up 20-0, halftime. Hey, feeling good. Maybe they celebrated too maturely. Of course, and if they did, they did. The game wasn't over. You know what I mean? And McDaniels, say what you want about the guy. We could have won those games. And some of the coaching, but I mean, every fucking team in the league gets some suspect ass calls. We seen suspect ass calls with Seattle in the Super Bowl, throwing the ball instead of running Marshawn Lynch after Marshawn knocked off 2 nice ass runs. And you were at the goal line. We seen it. It's not just the Raiders. It ain't McDaniels. Even the best coaches make the dumbest ass decisions at times. You just hope it's not at a time that everything is relying on that next fucking call. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Like they say, once things get going, negative or positive, it starts snowballing. It just seems like shit just comes unraveling. You getting fumbles from motherfuckers that it's your go-to. Renfrow is your go-to. Especially on third downs and shit, that's your go-to. But at the same time, you would have been better off just running. Josh Jacobs was doing a damn good job. You was feeding him the ball this game. But then what happened in the second half? The fuck? What the fuck y'all seen that you thought you had to change your game plan? What, 20-0 was like, nah, I think that's a mirage. We need to change our game plan at halftime. What the fuck? Why? If it's not broke. You only change it if the shit is not working no longer because Arizona then knows what you're doing now and made the proper adjustments to stop you. You did not know what kind of adjustments the Cardinals was going to make after halftime. So there was no reason to go, well, fuck it, we just going to motherfucking stop us. Because they couldn't stop us. They couldn't. Now, the one factor they do have is the little Lucky Charm dude at quarterback for Arizona. You cannot script out that 20-second runaround that he did. That was something you could never be prepared for. Especially when you got a defense that's getting gassed. How you gonna try to chase this little water bug? He's fast as shit. He's a little dude. So low center of gravity, the motherfucker cutting around and come on now, you got big ass defensive linemen trying to chase this motherfucker around. How long do you think these motherfuckers going? It broke down. That's how you scored. You know what I mean? So, but it's just, damn, man, come on, bruh. Bruh, defensive tackles, where's the pressure up the middle from them? It's like, every game do we have to rely on the defensive ends for sacks? You know what I mean? Is it Max Crosby all the time? That's the only one. Hey, where the fuck is double nickel? Where's Chandler Jones? Is he playing? Yeah, that's tongue in cheek because I don't see no production. Not for the money that we got him for. You know what I mean? I don't know what's up with him. There's people saying that he could be injured. I don't think so. But then again, who knows? Maybe it's just, you know, sometimes you never know when old age catches your ass until you wake up that morning and be like, fuck. Because that's how usually a lot of people, when they retire, they say, you'll know when you get up that morning, you'll know if it's time to give it up. Your body's going to tell you, and your mind going to tell you like, man, it's over. Because I remember Charles Woodson say that. He said, man, when he woke up that one morning, when he retired with us, he said, man, I just knew it was time. I just didn't want to do it no more. So maybe is Chandler Jones on the cusp of that? You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's too early. It's only week 2. There's nothing to panic. I'd rather the season go this way than how we had before when we come out the gate 3 wins. You remember last year, 3 wins and all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. Shit just went bad on us. All the noodle shit, all the fucking bullshit with the coach and Ruggs and all that shit just hit us. And then all of a sudden they pulled themselves up by the bootstrap. In the last 4 games of the season, they went out there and they fought their fucking ass off. So let's see if these guys can fight their fucking ass off after coming off a loss like that. Every way you could lose a game, the Raiders lost in the first 2 weeks. Straight out, turnovers, sacks, yeah, that happened. Blowing a big lead, that happened. The only silver lining in this shit, and this is only the silver lining, I ain't saying, take this with a grain of salt. The only silver lining in these motherfucking games, or yesterday's game, no, both of them, fuck it. We lost by less than a touchdown in both games. So it wasn't like these games we just got the shit slapped out of us. Fuck no. We're in every game. Even at our worst, we're still in the game. That is a positive because all we got to do is stop being at our worst. When is the good shit going to happen? Because it's going to happen. I just hope sooner than later. I don't want to go into the bye 0-5. You know what I mean? This is a perfect time to establish, or shall I say, re-establish your season. Win these next 3 games against tough opponents. Because if you win at Tennessee, you win Kansas City, and you win fucking Denver, your ass is 3-2 with 2 wins in your motherfucking division. 3 wins in the conference. And you can go feel good about yourself in the bye. And now you start putting these positive last 3 games, and you take out of that what you can do to get this motherfucking shit going again. So, hey, I'd rather be for week 1 and 2 rather than week 16, 17 when those 2 games matter about making the playoffs. You see what I mean? So take the blow from the front end. Pause. Take the blow from the front end and not the back end. I'm not taking the blow from the back end. Shit, the front end, it depends. Hey, I can take the blow from the front end. Hey, she look good, boy. Hey, but anyway, enough of that old. Let me get back to everybody that's in the chat, man. Hey, shout out to everybody that's out there. Let me see, who did I forget? Hey, Raider Patch is in the house, man. Thank you for pulling up. Raider Jim, what is the deal, Raider? Raider Jim. You know what? This is what you do, Raider Jim. You don't know who to blame? I know who to blame. And this will cover every aspect. The Raiders. The Raiders lost this game. Let's just do it like that. Everybody. Anybody that's a Raider, you lost this game. The coaches, training staff, oh yeah. You lost this game. Quarterback, offensive line, defensive line, secondary, you know what I mean? Bench players, special teams. Special teams was solid though. But we just gonna say the Raiders. Fuck it. The blame is going on anybody wearing that silver helmet and them black jerseys. It's going to all of them. Let's stop trying to single out individuals and try to place the blame on one when there's a multitude of different things that happened in this game that could have been done different for us to win that game and not blow a big lead like that. You know what I mean? So everybody gets it. Everybody gets it. So the Raiders lost this game. End result. That's all we got to do. We're going to put it where it deservedly go on everyone. Not just Carr. Carr had his issues. He did his shit. He had some. It wasn't perfect. He had a cleaner game than week one, first half. See, that's the only thing. If we would have had the same second half as we had in the first, we would not be talking right now. We'd be celebrating, motherfuckers popping bottles, all that shit. We would have been on one like, yeah, now that's our Raider team. You know what I mean? And it shows. And here's the other silver thing. Like I said, we were in all game. We should have won that game. And you notice we could have won that game without Adams, because Adams was what 2 catches, got a touchdown. But it's not like we were one of them offenses that, in order for us to win, we have to have Adams no. That was not the case, because we were whooping that ass in the first half, and we did it without Adams. Mac Hollins came out of nowhere and was doing his thing. And I told people about Mac. I heard some content creators questioning Mac. People think he's a red zone threat. I don't think so. What's this big thing about Mac Hollins? I researched Mac Hollins. Mac Hollins is solid. And yes, he is a red zone target as well. Because like I said, when I looked up, they had a list of the top 25 most efficient wide receivers in the NFL. 25. They just named the top 25. In the top 10 was Renfrow and Waller. No, not Renfrow and Waller. It was because they didn't count tight ends, just receivers. It was Renfrow and Adams in the top 10. You know who was number 23 out of the top 25? Mac Hollins. Mac Hollins was the number 23rd most efficient red zone threat. Every ball, and it wasn't a whole lot. And you gotta remember, he was in Miami with Tua. Every catchable ball that he had thrown to him, he's 100% caught him. All of them. Wasn't a whole lot. It wasn't like Miami was this big juggernaut last year. You know what I mean? But he produces. So I knew Mac Hollins was solid. I just want to know exactly what his role was going to be and how would he complement what we already have. Now I see at 6'4", and the way he was snatching and he plays special teams, oh, he's out there. He's out there. I don't see nobody, ain't nobody fucking with him. Not how he came out the gate yesterday, but it's just, why did we stop doing that? What happened to Mac Hollins after the first half? What happened to Josh Jacobs after the first half? It's like we got away from the shit that I didn't understand that. Like, why did we get away from the shit that was working? You know, like the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. What the fuck were they trying to fix? It did not add up to me. And that had nothing to do with Carr. A lot of it is play calling. Why did they change the calls that they were making? Because it was perfect in the first half. I mean, there's a lot of head scratching ass shit. You know what I mean? Hey, shout out to Eugene Powell, man. Hey, salute to you, my brother. Thank you for pulling up. NorCal Raider Jesse. We got Brando in the building, for real, for real. Robert Pena, what's the deal, man, for real? Van City Raiders in the house, for real. Snoops Hernandez, my guy, top of the AM, bro. Let me see, who else we got? King Savage, what is the deal, man? Same old Raiders. Derek Carr needs to, Carr didn't do nothing else. Why we always on Carr? When Carr fucks up, week 1, Carr. Yes, indeed, Carr. Carr had a clean game this game. No interceptions, 2 touchdowns, 252 yards passing. I mean, yeah, there was some shit he could have done better, but they blaming Carr for the fucking fumbles that fucking Renfro had. How? Carr didn't fumble that shit. I mean, like I said, I stay in the middle. I don't give a fuck about, I'm not no big rah-rah Carr fan, but he's a Raider, and I want him to do good for the team to do good. I don't want this motherfucker to do bad just so I can say, I told you something. I told you he ain't shit. That's what it sounds like the motherfuckers that hate him is doing. Hate him all you want. But why would you want that man to fail just to prove you right so the whole team can fail with him? I'm not giving him no excuses, but when he's wrong, he's wrong. When he's right, he's right. He did not do nothing. What did he do this last game to make us lose? Somebody told me he underthrew. Somebody early this morning said, or last night, said that Carr underthrew Renfro. That's why he fumbled. What the fuck? What kind of sense that make? What kind of sense that make? He underthrew Renfro, that's why he fumbled? No. He fumbled because a motherfucker knocked it from behind him like this, and the second time, he was trying to fight for more yards when he could have just went down. Carr ain't had nothing to do with that shit. Stop that shit. Stop it. Come on now. You can hate the motherfucker, that's fine. But stop. Motherfuckers always want to have blame and not blame everybody that was responsible. What about the penalties fucking Parham had? When we had a big run with Josh Jacobs. Come on now, and if you watch Parham playing center, he looked like he was gassed. He in the huddle doing this. And I'm knowing he does not get that many snaps. So him being in a live game and getting all these snaps, he's not used to it. Come on, man. We saying Carr, but we're not going to mention Chandler Jones? What, we giving him money for what? What Chandler Jones did? How many sacks he had? How many pressures? That was all Max Crosby. What, we got Max Crosby got to do this every game? He don't get no help? I thought we got him help with Chandler Jones. And then we're missing Perryman. We're missing Trayvon Moorick. We're missing Bowden. Come on now. We missing motherfuckers, man. And yet we out there contending. But yeah, there's some shit that they need to clean up. Quarterback does. Offensive line does. Receivers does. All that shit. Everybody gets the motherfucking finger. Stop singling out individuals. That shit is like some weak ass shit to me. It's a team sport. I know they gonna put the blame all on the quarterback. That's just what it. But that's not who needs the blame. Everybody that didn't do their fucking job gets the blame. What? So Carr just takes all the blame, and then people that was fucking up, we gonna forget they fucked up and fumbled. Hey, don't talk about Renfro's 2 fumbles back to back. We're not gonna talk about it. We'll just say it's Carr's fault. Carr's fault. You did it. You made him fumble. Man, come on, bro. That should be fucking irritating. That'd be irritating as fuck. Like I said, y'all can hate whatever player you hate. That's your opinion. That's your choice. But every fucking week, and then when he's successful, you're quiet. Nobody said nothing about Carr with the last 4 games of last season, right? When shit went, he was the one that got that team together, and they all say that shit and won the game. So there's aspects of his games that's positive. You know what I mean? But there's times where it's like he gets the fucking blame. Carr fucked up week 1. Throwing them fucking interceptions, taking no sacks, not running the ball when everything starts collapsing around him. That kind of shit irritates the fuck out of me. Carr's been in the league too long to be doing that shit. But then again, like I say, football's the only sport that I can really think of that everybody there's 11 men on the field. Why is we always talking about 1? What about the other 10? Everybody has to perform their job right for a play to work. And that's some orchestrating ass shit. 11 motherfuckers got to do their job correctly at the same time for that one play to work. Now you go get 11 motherfuckers and y'all try to orchestrate some shit where they work together and they all got to get it right at the same time. That shit's not easy. And then you get injury, so now you get a new motherfucker in there that ain't never played with the rest of these guys, so you don't know or have a feel for the way that they go and play. It's an orchestrated ass. Football is the most orchestrated ass sport. Basketball don't, man. I can shoot a shot when I want to. I ain't got to run no play. I don't need no help to shoot a shot. You know what I mean? Football, everybody got to do their part. If the offensive line ain't blocking, the quarterback ain't going to have time to throw the ball. If the receivers ain't catching it or not fumbling it, the play ain't shit. If you get a penalty for holding, if the fucking receiver covering up the tight end, if the offensive lineman is downfield and ain't supposed to be, come on, unsportsmanlike, you can't control your emotions. If you're targeting, there's so much shit that can happen to ruin a play, that when a play actually is done perfectly, it's like something you got in the plot, like it's like art, like, fuck, that was like synchronized swimming. These motherfuckers in the water ain't touching the bottom of the pool, but yet these motherfuckers moving simultaneously. That's like some beautiful shit, like, damn. These motherfuckers is working in sync. And offense and the defense has to do the same thing. They got to work in sync. Now, it's not going to happen, and this is a new system. Ain't no excuses. Like I said, motherfuckers, there's excuses, but then there's reasons. Don't get the motherfuckers too confused. There's reasons why shit don't work. But then there's excuses when people don't want to acknowledge the reasons. That's what that shit is right there. You make excuses because, like, the reason might be you just suck ass, but you don't want to admit that you suck ass, so you got excuses like, oh, man, I didn't tie my shoe. Oh, man, I didn't eat a balanced breakfast this morning. I didn't get no ass this morning. Come on, bruh. You got excuses and reasons. Reasons is the only fucking thing we need to deal with because the reasons can be corrected. Why did they lose? Why did they change what they were doing that was working? Fix that shit. Find out what the fuck went wrong. Don't do it again. Y'all supposed to be the professionals, the elite of that sport. I know I'm just ranting, but I mean, I know it pisses you guys off too with the fact that, man, we should be 2-0 right now. Easy. Even with a bad game, we had ample opportunities to produce points and get a victory. I see points left on the field again. Carr, here's things that Carr fucked up on. He overthrew Waller. Waller stretching out trying to catch the ball, but if he would have hit Waller would have been gone. Because there was nobody in front of him again. And then he overthrew fucking Adams in the corner of the end zone again. And I seen they showed Carr and he was, yeah, you fucked up on that one, bruh. Hey, come on, y'all gotta, I understand. I don't know how many games it's gonna take for y'all to get in sync. But goddamn it, get in sync. Get in sync. And I ain't talking about the motherfucking boy band. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the motherfucking team need to get in sync. Whatever it is you guys need to do, stay after practice, be the first ones before practice start, work on some shit. Come on now. 0-3? Fuck no. 0-4? Hell no. 0-5? Get the fuck out of here. Shit be so, man. Shout out to Glenn Bailey, man. Hey, thank you for pulling up, man. Marco Alvarado, hey, thank you for pulling up as well, man. It's a pleasure to have you here. The Raider Critique, my guy, man. What is the deal? Roland, I hope I don't mess up your name, bro. I'm just gonna say Roland. or Orantes. Am I correct? Orantes. I hope I'm right, man. I don't like fucking up people's names. In my opinion, I think that Coach Josh, Community Toys, you know what? That's a good point, Roland. That is a good point. You know what I mean? And I felt, you know what I kind of felt too? I felt like week one, I think Carr was too excited too. He kind of like, he prematurely ejaculated. You know what I mean? Put in a term that we all know. He came too quick. You know what I mean? You got Devontae Adams because he went 17 times to this dude. I think he was like, I got my buddy, I'm going to get him the ball. No. And I'm probably Devontae say, man, you ain't got to force it to me. Play within the offense. Let the shit flow like water. Let the offense flow like water. Shout out to Bruce Lee, man. Rest in peace, man. One of the great GOATs. Yeah, flow like water. That's it. Let it come to you. You know what I mean? You don't have to force the issue. Let it come. Because for a minute there, Carr was in a groove. I was like, okay, here we go. Carr's not making dumb decisions. He's making great passes. He's not putting the ball in jeopardy of being picked off. He's getting it to his targets that are open. He took what the defense gave him, and he was picking them. Like I said, Mac Hollins was out there like out of nowhere. I'm like, oh shit, okay, Mac, I see you. You know what I mean? But what changed in the second half? Who knows? That's the mystery we're trying to figure out. NorCal Raider Jesse, I said Marco, Pyro's in the house, man. What is the deal? I blame myself for thinking shit changed. Hey, we all blame ourselves for thinking that we had a motherfucking. I still think we do got an elite team. They just ain't played to their potential. Let's just say that. The team has not played up to their potential. They've been playing short of the potential. Now, with all what we see, who's on our team and so forth, and we do have to have some kind of concern with the offensive line still. You know what I mean? Andre James out, you got a rookie in there, and the couple of penalties he had, you could tell he was getting kind of gassed. The right side of the line, I'm still not confident in. Do we make a move? We got money. Is Daryl Williams the answer? Do you try to trade for Isaiah Wynn from the Patriots, who did a marvelous job yesterday? Fucking Patriots beat Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of shit to really try to dig into. Glenn Bailey's in the house, man. Rita People is in the house. In soccer, the goalie gets most of the blame. Well, yeah, you figure shit in soccer, the goalie's the only motherfucker there to protect the net. Like hockey, too. You know what I mean? If a motherfucker gets scored on, that's on them. They the only ones there to prevent it. Football, there's 11 motherfuckers on defense to prevent a motherfucker from scoring. There's 11 motherfuckers on offense to try and score. You know what I mean? So, and everything has to work in unison. There's no two-way players. It ain't like the quarterback plays corner as well as like other sports. You got to play defense and offense whenever on the field. Football's the only one where you only get one job. If you're a quarterback, you are a quarterback. If you are an offensive lineman, you are an offensive lineman. You don't play defensive line as well. They might do little trick plays where they bring people in, but the base of everything, you only have one job. How hard is it to master one job? Just one. Just one. Now, you got some players that can play multiple, like offensive line-wise, but that's just in case, in case of emergency, break glass, and you get that motherfucker that you done taught how to play guard and tackle and center. You can use them. You know what I mean? In case somebody go down, you don't have to have a whole bunch of bodies eating up the players that's allowed to dress down. I think, 46? Only 46 people are allowed to be active. So out of those 46, to be able to keep the bodies you need, just in case, you got to have a player that can play 3 positions, because that one player equals 3 players just playing one. So I understand that one. That makes sense. You can add more bodies or capable bodies at different positions on the people that can be active. Yes, indeed. Hey, if we go 10-7, we still got action. I'm not, you know what I mean? But anything less than that, if you talking about 8 or not, 9 in the season where a lot of motherfuckers is taking L's. You know what I mean? Where we know the top tier 1 seed, 2 seed type shit, they're going to have records will probably be 13, 12, around there. But wild card record, 10 could get you in. You're going to need a whole lot of shitty ass teams that's in the running for the playoffs to get it in at 9. You know what I mean? So 10 is the bare minimum. Raiders cannot do less than 10. Can't do it. I don't even want to try to risk the playoffs by saying let's just, as long as we make 10. Nah, that's the bare. And I'm talking about you're at 10 because you lost the last game of the season when you had, you know what I mean? You had 10 wins already before the last game of the season. But you're pulling L's to make that motherfucking only 10 wins. That's the only time. Ben, click your heels 3 times and think positive. You know what I mean? I don't want that kind of season. Not after I don't want regression. I don't want to regress. That fuck no. 1 step forward and 2 step back. Motherfucker doing the electric slide on their ass. Hey, shout out to Black Trucks Podcast, man. Thank you for pulling up, man. It's a pleasure to have you here. Let me see. What else? All right, Van City, let's see. Okay, let's say this season gets washed. Oh, man, I don't want to think like that. And we win like 5 or 6 games. Could it make things more difficult with Carr? Because I honestly think he means it when he says he won't get traded. I mean, hey, he don't have to get traded. You know what I mean? You don't have to get traded. And I think you can get released. I think the contracts are well, no, that's when his money kick in next year, huh? I gotta see. I can't remember what the guaranteed money is. Because here's a thought that I was thinking. Now ponder this. Tell me what if this would be something you would be acceptable to. We know the situation with Lamar Jackson in Baltimore. It looks like he does not want to play there. They said he will not play under a franchise tag. Usually when players do shit like that, they're forcing their way out. He didn't they gave him a big ass contract. He didn't sign it. I think he might want out, especially with that loss they had yesterday. He went out there and balled the fuck out, and they still lost. You know what I mean? Now, we find it something that would be something you would look at by maybe you contact Baltimore after the season, even though he's not under contract, but you could do a sign and trade type shit like we did with Devontae Adams and be like, look, we'll take Lamar Jackson off your hand. If things like you're saying, Van City, if we only win like 5 or 4 games, like we said, this is it. For Carr, this is it. Ain't no more excuses. Like I said, there's excuses and there's reasons. And if we go with only 5 wins on the season, one of the reasons is you're just not cut out. They went out and got everything for you, but you're just not cut out. Would you guys like to see Lamar Jackson as the quarterback of the Raiders? Can you imagine that shit? We talk about we need a quarterback to run when shit break down, and I think that would, man, and look at the weapons you got around Lamar Jackson if he came to the Raiders. Now that's just a thought. I was thinking about that, but not saying that's something that's what they're talking about out there. I'm just throwing the idea out there that would that be an idea you would look into? Like, well, if Carr is not the solution and he's not the guy to win the Super Bowl for us, would you go after Lamar Jackson? Question to think. Can you imagine Lamar Jackson in this offense? That's all I'm going to say. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Damn, I'm missing a whole bunch of, let me go through and see if I can. No, Carr don't have a killer instinct. That's a sin. Killing is a sin. So he don't have that. let me quit. That's so blasphemous. Hey, Fade the Black, man. What's the deal, man? What is the deal? Thank you for pulling up. Devon Easton, man, is in the house. Hey, Carr do need to take control. And I done seen it in him. He done did it. It's funny because that's what he did in 2016. You remember, he was on him. But I don't know what. And I know as you get older, you soften up. You soften up. You don't get harder when you get older. You know what I mean? You get softer when you get older. That's just the way life is. Because life is gonna throw so many blows at your ass. When you get older, you just gonna be like, not stop giving a fuck, but some things you just ain't gonna. It's just gonna be the sweat off your balls. Like, fuck it. Fuck it. You know what I mean? So it's not really getting soft. It's just mentally, you just to the point where I'm not about to waste breath. You know what I mean? In an argument with your dumb ass. You know what I mean? Like in your relationship, you don't say her dumb ass, but you be like, I'm not about to waste my energy arguing over who the fuck drank the last bit of the orange juice. What kind of fucking argument is that? But people go in on that. But yeah, sometimes when you get older, man, fuck it. I don't give a fuck. I just don't give a fuck. So yeah, Carr, don't expect him to get a killer instinct 8-9 years in the league if he ain't got one now. Shit, the only killer instinct he gonna get is Jago. You better go get the game. Shit. Oh my God, man. Hey, for real, for real. Yeah. I mean, you would think that, but see, here's one thing. This is what I like about sports. And I kind of understand why, like NCAA, they're about to move the playoffs to 12, which makes sense. Because you got to think about this. We're looking at records. So say, for instance, it all depends on when a team gets hot. Now, if a team gets hot at the beginning of the season and all of a sudden they fell off, and if you guys don't remember, the Raiders did that shit in the past with what we came out the gate, weren't we 8-2? And then we fucked around the last 6 games of that season. Hostetler, then we have Hostetler and we came out 8-2. I think we were still in LA before we came back to Oakland. But we started the season 8-2. And then finish off 8-8 because we lost the last 6 games. Now that's the kind of thing I'm looking at. It's like, when does a team get hot? See, you can't reward a team coming out the gate 8-2 and then you lose the last 6. I mean, you cold as shit if you lose the last 6 games, but you happen to limp into the playoffs if an 8-8 team made it, which has it ever happened? I think close it happened before we moved to extra games. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure an 8-8 made the playoffs before. But it depends on when the team is hot. Now, if we have 10 wins, let that 10 win be because we done ran off like 6 straight. You know what I mean? Like right now, we 0-2. Say we go into the bye. Say we just for all intents and purposes, we win the next 3 games. So we're 3-2. So we got 3 wins. But then there's some games we're gonna hiccup. But if you somehow, for the next few games out of the first 10, 11, and you only get 1 victory out of the rest, and then you only sitting on 4, you're like 4 and 6, 4 and 7, but then all of a sudden you ran off the last 6 games, like last year. We won 10 games last year, right? But it took us the last 4 games to get to 10. So that was a good team to get in the playoffs, and we did our best against Cincinnati. There was some suspect ass shit up in that game, but all in all, we went toe to toe with the team that went to the Super Bowl and represented the AFC. But that took because we got hot at the end of the season and won the last 4 games. We went undefeated in a month. And you had to win each one of those games. So a team like that, winning 10 games with a 4-game win streak or plus, deserves to get into the playoffs because that momentum can still carry on into the playoff. They might have finally just figured it out. That's why they got hot. Something, hit the switch, turned the switch on for them to, we figured it out. I'm hoping that's what happens with us. I hope they finally figure it out and something snaps. You know what I mean? The switch get flipped on and they finally figure it out like, oh, because as long as we're sitting here talking about Josh McDaniels, it has been stated by former players who do not like him personally, Brandon Marshall said, when Josh McDaniels comes up with a game plan and we did everything that was asked of us, we never lost. We never lost. So that's telling me, is Carr and them doing things that, are there people on this team that's not doing exactly what is asked of them? Not sticking to the game plan? Because for former players to say that about McDaniels and that person is not like buddy and bumped heads, but he's willing to be the man and give him the props that, hey, when we stuck to the script that McDaniels had for us, we never lost. We won. All right, Raiders, show me if this is true. Stick to the script. Don't get away from what the game plan is. Because that's kind of telling me like, well, we're not winning. So obviously somebody's not sticking to the game plan. You know? But yeah, man, it is what it is, man. For real, for real. Nutty Raider Nate is in the house, my guy, man. Top of the morning. He said, hey, he skips church every morning. He tried to have it in the locker room. Oh my God, let me see. Raider Jim in the house, Raider Critique, man, for real. We got everybody in here. Am I missing? Oh, Sean Johnson, what's the deal, man? Hey, I told you, hey, Lamar Jackson got, man, that motherfucker got off yesterday. Man, that motherfucker was having a perfect QBR and all that shit. And look, the perfect game Lamar Jackson had, and they still lost. See, that's why I said shit happens. It takes more than just one individual. So if it takes more than one individual to win a game, why are we always putting the loss on one individual? Lamar Jackson showed what do. So what happened with Lamar Jackson yesterday? They need to trade him, huh? Get rid of him, huh? He ain't won nothing. He ain't won shit. But for what he does, he dominates at the quarterback position for what he does. But it doesn't always mean it's going to be wins. What did the defense do? Hell, they gave up, 42 points? Miami scored 42. Didn't they run off 20-something points in the fourth quarter? Oh, man. That now, you talk about our loss. Why nobody talking about that one? God dang. If Carr was running for over 100 yards and passing for over so much and so many touchdowns, and don't win, that's Carr's fault. He shouldn't have threw so many touchdowns. He shouldn't have ran for it. We don't need him to be the running back. We got Josh Jacobs. Man, if that motherfucker mobile, he breaks for a 75-plus yard fucking run, motherfucker, you better ride the coattails of that motherfucker to the playoffs. Because I'm telling you, a dual threat quarterback that's an elite dual threat, they make things happen. They make defenses change up what they plan on doing. You know what I mean? But I love to have look what little midget dude did to us, dual threat quarterback. Come on now. It would nice to have that shit. Hey, St. Quentin Hood, hey, for real. What happened to the defense in the second half? See, now, Carr don't play defense. So whose fault is it for giving up the 20, 26? I can't remember. Man, fuck that score. Hey, that's how I feel right now, man. Fuck that score. No, 29. Who the fuck responsible for giving up 29 points in the second half? 29 in the second, and we scored 3? Damn it, Carr, you better play better defense than that. You better lock down their number one receiver next time, bruh. Since it's going to be your fault, we're going to make sure it's your fault. You get out there, you better not let that motherfucker... Matter of fact, we want you to go ahead and be the spy against Kyler Murray. Carr, you're a quarterback, he a quarterback, then you should know what he going to do next. Y'all play the same position. So I want you to be the spy on Kyler Murray, and if he take off running, you just beeline and take him out. Since we're gonna put blank, yeah, we're gonna make sure you earn the blame. 29 points in the second half, yeah, Carr, you fucked up on that one, bro. You underthrew that. Those underthrown passes made Arizona score 29 points. Fucking asshole, Carr. Oh my God, man, that little Lucky Charm ass motherfucker, man. Hey. Hey, Kyler Murray did his thing, though. Shit, that's what he do. That's what he do, man, and he did it. And we didn't stop it. How many missed tackles Carr had? Let me quit. I'm going to quit beating that dead horse. Because now it's time to just move on. Fuck it. We got Tennessee on the road. Ain't no better time than now to get back on track. Well, shit, how can you get back on track if you was never on track in the first place to get back on? Yes. So to get on track, not back on track, to get on track. Hopefully we start this Sunday in Tennessee, because shit is not going to get easier for us. They're not going to be lenient on us and feel sorry because we're 0-2. We got these big stars on offense, and it's not producing, you're not coming out to victories. So, man, it is what it is, man, for real. We just going to have to, I don't know, just wait and see. Fuck, that's all we ever been doing this season so far is wait and see. They don't tell us shit. I don't know if we're looking at free agents to come in and help this roster. We're sitting on a shitload of money. Yeah, man, like I say, it's a wait and see. It's a wait and see. See what these Raiders do. Do they respond back to these last 2 weeks? Because every way you can lose a game, the Raiders have lost. You lost a big lead and lost. You had the most worst offensive ass game. The only silver lining, but that's because you were forcing so many passes his way, was fucking Adams 141 yards and a touchdown. You know what I mean? But it still does not negate the 3 interceptions. Thank God. Thank God. The 5 sacks, the fumbles. Week 1 was horrible. But for us to only lose by 5 points was kind of like, if we clean up the fucking mistakes, just imagine. If we clean up the mistakes that we've made, can you imagine how this team, what would be the outcome? If we got rid of all these mistakes that we're making and played solid, good football, we're on bad days, we're throwing up 20 points a game. And we've seen moments where we left a lot of points out there on the field. So if this team decides to get it together, clean up their fucking plays, execute the way you're supposed to execute, and take care of the ball, I think yesterday would have been a blowout. Yesterday, defensively, defense should have came and did what they did in the first half. Come on, Patrick Graham. You're supposed to be this brilliant defensive mind. Now, I know you took a couple of shots on the starting lineup with injuries and missed Moehrig and Perryman. These are 2 solid-ass dudes. Corner, you know what I mean? You got Rocky Ya-Sin was out there. He was solid. He played good ball. Nate Hobbs, shout out, man. He almost had that pick. That was a bullshit ass call on him anyway. He didn't do anything offensively to change that, or defensively to change that fucking play when he picked that ball off. You know what I mean? Hey, little Nate Robinson with the interception, solid. You know what I mean? Abram, like I said, there's silver linings in this shit. There's some good shit that happened. We just need that to keep happening, and then the bad shit, we need to eliminate and get rid of it and clean that shit up too, for us to really be in contention. But I still believe this team is talented enough to go ahead and do major things. But they have to come together. Like I said, they got to clean up all this little bullshit. It's just simple. It ain't even nothing hard to fix. You know what I mean? It'd be different if we lacked the talent. We got the talent, but they're just not executing. They're not playing to their expectation. You know what I mean? They have to play up to their expectation and not stop playing below. Stop falling short of your potential. We know there's reasons why we went out and brought these guys in here and added to the defense, offense, coaching staff, all that. There's a reason why you're here. Now, do what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? Hey, shout out to everybody out there. Daryl Bruce is in the house. Top of the morning to you, my guy, for real. Yeah, you lost for words, man. I feel you. We were up 20, man. For real. I feel you, dude. That's why it's something we need to talk about as the nation, because we're all part of this. We may not play for the team, but God damn it, we put money and we root for this team. This is our team. You know, you play for us. Let's be honest. You play for us. We're that oomph that wind in your back to try to push y'all forward. When you're at a game, I seen y'all doing this to the crowd for more noise. So you rely on them, you feed off of them. It's a relationship that's beautiful within the nation. You know what I mean? We want you guys to succeed, and you guys want to succeed for us. So fuck it, let's succeed. That's it. Succeed. Reward us by succeeding. Reward us for being loyal, being supportive. Whatever you guys got going on, we're part of the nation, man. Like I said, we're not like anybody else. Any player that ever donned the silver and black will say the same thing. It's the fan base. Like I was at the little blackout party, Marquette King. They had a little interview with him, and he said, man, a lot of people stop listening and seeing the shit that you see outside of this shit about me. And he said, I've always been a Raider fan. He said, he got it tattooed on him. He's a Raider fan. He loves the nation. He loves the fan base. I mean, can you blame him? I mean, look how handsome we are, how beautiful we are. You know what I mean? We that shit. We would not want to be part of this shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, with that being said, man, hey, there's a lot to try to take out of this. We're gonna discuss more. We'll see with the practice this week. I want to see what the mood is like. Are these guys down and out? Because that's a bad sign if they are. Or are they fed up and they ready to go kick some ass and get back to winning like we expect them to do? So start paying attention to the little press conferences. Try to gauge their emotional state as far as, are they uplifted and be like, I believe we can do better. They got to have that kind of mentality. They can't be like, woe is me, kicking cans down the street. Fuck no. Ain't got time for that. Fuck what happened when you got to forget Arizona and move on to Tennessee. That's the only thing that matters now is Tennessee. So with that being said, man, I hope they get their shit right. And I hope they come together, just like last season. Remember, they had to come together when Gruden had to step down and all this shit. They came together. Do that now. Do that over these losses that shouldn't have been losses. All right? It's on the team to go ahead and do something about it. We'll do something about it then. Don't sit there and bitch and moan and try to point fingers at it's his fault, it's their fault. Fuck it. Y'all take responsibility. Now change the shit. Change it. That's all I'm going to say for today. Man, you guys enjoy your Monday, man. It's a pleasure to have each and every one of you guys here with me, man. Shout out to everybody that was in the chat, man. Hey, salute to you guys, man. I appreciate you guys. This channel is growing because of you guys, and I appreciate and love and respect each and every one of you guys. You guys are all part of the nation, man. It's like a brotherhood, a sisterhood. We fam, you know what I mean? So I thank you guys for your support, for subscribing, hitting like. If you're new here and this is your first time, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button while you're there. Hit the notification bell because I do tend to do pop-ups where there's nothing going to be scheduled. I just do it. So I hope to see each and every one of you guys tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern with Good Morning Raider Nation live podcast. This is Raiders Allegiance. I'm Lunatic Raider, man. Hey, you guys have a very blessed day. Don't let this sour ass apple, you know what I mean, get you guys down, because there's always another game to play. You know what I mean? So let's get it right. Let's get it right. We deserve, as a nation, for us to have one of those magnificent, perfect games where the defense and offense is clicking on all cylinders at the same time. We thought we had that yesterday because that first half was beautiful. Now all they got to do is be able to make that happen for two halves. That's it. Have a game where the whole game is like that. You know what I mean? Man, if you guys pull that off and you stop King Henry, this Sunday, man, you got something to build on then. But with that being said, man, you guys take care of yourselves, man. Hey, God bless you guys, man. You and your family be blessed. Have a beautiful day. Make it home safe. Man, hey, I'm going to catch you guys tomorrow morning, man. We're going to do this shit again, and let's see if we get into these press conferences as well. So with that being said, man, hey, Raider Nation, I love y'all, man. Take it easy. Lunatic Raider, Raiders Allegiance. I'm out.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? I always ask that of all my prey. I just like the sound of it.
How about it, you creep, you lunatic?